Good morning, cue the commentators. Well, I've been waiting for a question from an old associate for some time and for a video. I never heard of their question, which I like to do spontaneously. Just this morning, opened up my Facebook Messenger and there it was. The question is, why do people fall in love? I feel like I could definitely think about this for some time, but per my policy of doing spontaneous responses, I think that there's many reasons, and the biggest challenge is that people have very, very many definitions of what love is. But I think at its core, something that connects all perhaps the different versions of love is a sense of connection, a sense of this is what I want to have around me or with me or involved in my life. And I think the reason that we do that is because all humans recognize the importance and need and beauty of love. And for many of us, myself included perhaps, understanding what it means, where it comes from, what we need to do with it, what we need to do with these feelings, with this yearning, with this desire for connection, is one of life's greatest mysteries, greatest challenges, greatest joys. I think that people fall in love because it's part of this wonderful journey, and we can't really help it. It's what we're meant to experience by being living beings, whether we consider ourselves biological lumps or divine creations or somewhere in between. For me, I would say that love has been one of the most challenging, most inspiring, most painful things I could ever imagine. And I'm thinking of writing a book. Here, I'll announce it in this video. I'm thinking of writing a book, The 12 Most Influential Women of My Life. And that includes family and many people. And it's going to be very hard to choose the 12. And I suspect that I haven't met all 12 yet. So writing a book when you're 37 is a little bit funny when I'm thinking about in my whole lifetime. But I suppose I can always just write as to the 12 that have affected me most of all up to this point. And each have a very, very different flavor. And I'd say that relates to love, because people fall in love with such a variety of things and through such different experiences. And I think it's consistent that we always want to discover love, and if we don't have it or we don't feel we have it, we're always looking for it. And even sometimes when we do have it, we're still looking for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the challenge is just to let go, be patient, keep our hearts open. Sorry, not wanting to draw too far from the question, which is, why do people fall in love? I think my answers are best when they're simple. And to expand on that would be fine. But that essentially we're yearning for connection. We're yearning for a participation in our life, because we're beings which are meant to not be singular in our interaction with life, even if we're needing to learn how to be independent. And if we're born independent, for those of us that aren't born perhaps identical twins, or just twins, period, or triplets, yada yada. So I think as I'm staring at these lines in my face, I think I could relate each one to falling in love some way, some other. The laughter, the tears, the challenge, just the intricacies of finding what another person is like. And it's a tremendous joy. I'd say I've been blessed beyond measure in having the universe bring me incredible people and to share love with them. Sometimes to not share love, sometimes just to be bananas and find out the consequences of being bananas. But then there's people that I think I'm going to share love with my entire life, and that's one of a kind. And so to find that, to me, for me, is why I fall in love, so to speak. I think it less like falling in love and more like being in love and remaining in love and existing in a state of connection which goes beyond the physical and goes beyond everyday life. And that to me is closer to real love. So I think on that note, I bid you adieu, and back at it I go. All the best.